So to compete for favor, I cut out a little paper portrait of myself and hung it right in the Emperor's path. When he walked by, he took one look at his jade amulet and completely lost it. Ran a fever for 3 straight days after. Still not giving up, I copied Lady Xian and sent in a handwritten prayer scroll. The Emperor read it once and passed out again. He started rambling nonsense. It took the Empress Dowager standing chopsticks upright and calling his soul back all night just to wake him up. Word was half the Imperial Guard dropped dead before someone finally got rid of my little portrait. Once the Emperor recovered, he issued an edict to hunt down whoever made that thing, and that very same night he summoned me for the first time. I'm a soul transmigrator. By the time I arrived, I was already in the palace, a 5th rank Kairin, basically the bottom of the food chain. And look, I'm a modern woman. My fiancé had just become my ex right before I transmigrated, so I had zero interest in fighting a bunch of women over some guy I don't even know. 4 years in the palace, never once chased his favor. Just vibed, unbothered every single day, and almost starved. That's when life finally cured my whole tortured artsy girl phase. Old me used to say stuff like, no memory is too strong for time to erase, no pain too deep for death to take away. Now, no matter what I'm dealing with, I just stand there like a broke farmer who's completely hit rock bottom, staring into space and eventually squeezing out. Why though? I didn't do nothing, but everyone's out here messing with me. The food they send smells like it's been sitting out for days. My charcoal is always damp. Even the palace dogs stop by just to kick me. I've had enough. I'm gonna grind my way to the top. But that whole what doesn't kill you makes you stronger thing? Total cap. Whatever's not killing me is literally still out here trying to kill me. That's when I realized 3,000 beauties in the harem? Not an exaggeration. If anything, it's an understatement. I had to make a move. Think outside the box. Luckily, it was deep winter, snow everywhere. I figured I'd pull a Zhen Huan, cut my silhouette out of red paper, and secretly hang it from the most visible plum blossom tree in the Imperial Garden. Just waiting for the Emperor to catch a glimpse, stumble upon it one day, and realize the girl in that portrait was me. This little stroke of genius, no other concubine could touch it. I'm out here at 4 a.m. in sub-zero temps hanging a paper doll. Am I crazy? Sure. Are they? Nope. And honestly, my plan worked. Kind of. Word was the Emperor did spot the red paper in the branches. But the man just pressed his palms together, muttered, "May the wind carry you off, little ghost. Don't follow me," and bolted. The rumor also said the Emperor never even picked it up. The portrait floated after him on its own, must have had some dark magic on it, totally cursed. I was speechless. Who is spreading this? Like, if I had magic powers, would I really be living this miserably? One day I tracked down a well-connected palace maid and asked her, "Hey girl, are your sources actually reliable on this?" "Obviously." Okay, good. And with that, I dumped every single sunflower seed I had into her hands, every last one I'd scrimped and saved, all going toward bribing this one gossipy queen. It's just a piece of paper, not a ghost. The Emperor probably just picked it up himself, right? The chubby maid shot me a look. "You don't trust me?" I heard this straight from Eunuch Lee himself. The second the Emperor woke up, the first thing he did was send people all over the palace to track down who made that portrait. And get this, someone actually recognized the woman in it, an old seamstress from the Imperial wardrobe. Want to know what she said? What did she say? My heart jumped straight to my throat. Apparently, that woman drowned in a well 10 years ago. I was absolutely speechless. I pour my barely genuine heart into this, and that's how seriously people take it. Seriously enough to conclude that I am literally dead. Great. It took me back to kindergarten arts and crafts. I walked up to the teacher, so proud of my little masterpiece, and this pretty young teacher just gently patted me on the head and said, "Little Shaw, maybe we stick to academics, yeah?" Looking back, her emotional intelligence was unreal. But I wasn't giving up. If looks weren't gonna cut it, I'd go the talent route. Ever since the Emperor got sick, every concubine was sending soups, medicine, you name it. Lady Xian even sent a full prayer essay that the Empress Dowager read out loud in front of the Emperor. So I drained my last penny, bribed a young eunuch, and slipped in a love letter I'd agonized over. Thinking back on this now, I pressed the chubby maid. "What about those get-well notes? The Emperor read them all, right? Did he stare at any one of them for longer than the others?" She munched on her seeds, thought for a second, then slapped her thigh. "Oh wait, there actually was one. Word is there was this yellowed rough paper. He stared at it for a full cup of tea's worth of time." My eyes lit up, he's moved. He was proofreading it for typos. I just stood there completely frozen. That took me back to middle school, when my desk mate's boyfriend was tutoring me in Chinese lit. He read out, "The osprey calls" on the river's isle, and I genuinely asked, "Who's Guan Guan? Why is he eating porridge by the river?" He closed the book, gave me a sympathetic pat on the shoulder and said, "Gushao, maybe just do sports." Failed. Mission over. Time to head home. And I use that word loosely. It was a tiny, crumbling shack at the far north end of the palace. I pressed my hand against the wall and quietly called out for my one and only maid. Kailing, you up?" That's when a chill shot up my spine, not from the night breeze, but from a hand that suddenly clamped onto the back of my neck. Next second, something ice-cold pressed against my throat. A blade. I froze completely. Then came a voice, flat, glacial, dead calm. "Why did you steal my mission?" Huh? I said carefully. Are you also trying to get the Emperor's attention? What are you talking about? The assassin suddenly grabbed my throat and snarled, "Don't play dumb. I saw that red paper. You were the one who hung it in the tree. You're trying to use dark magic to kill the Emperor." By the voice, I could tell it was a young man, completely flat delivery, zero emotion. That's when it clicked. The person behind me might actually be a real assassin. So this whole cursed portrait kills the Emperor rumor. Which underground circles did it reach exactly? I'm just trying to eat. Not here to play 9-clan bingo. No, the bro, dude, man. I am not an assassin. I'm literally a low-ranking concubine. I hung that portrait just to get his attention, I swear. Liar. The voice behind me went cold. I've poisoned that Emperor multiple times. He's totally fine. My whole crew from the Imperial Guard is dead. But you, with one little paper portrait, had him bedridden and suffering, and the Imperial doctors completely stumped. You are not a regular concubine. Skill issue. Not my fault you're bad at your job. Seeing I wasn't talking, his patience ran out. Who sent you? What's your goal? The blade dug in. A sharp sting flared at my throat. All the wasted effort coming home just to get held at knife point, scared, frustrated, exhausted, on the verge of tears. It all hit at once and somehow flipped into pure reckless rage. Fine. I'm public enemy number 1, right? If the world's not playing fair, then none of us are playing fair. My trembling body went completely still. I spat out 2 words. You're an idiot. You still haven't figured out who I am. No wonder your assassination attempts keep flopping. The figure behind me paused, tilted their head, and I just kept bulldozing forward. What did your contact tell you? That there's an inside man in the palace who'd meet you and help bring down the Emperor. You forgot? Something about your contact hit a nerve. He paused, then snapped back. You're lying. There's no way you're the inside man. If not me, then who had the Emperor running a fever? He started to...